All right, everyone, welcome back to DSP versus the Internet Christmas Eve edition for 2023. We're now heading into part 3, and now we are ending. We've finished the Ultra Member submissions. We are now going into the Common Member Standard submissions. These have been randomized in a playlist, so we're gonna watch some every few. I might hit shuffle again, only because the YouTube shuffle on playlist doesn't really work very well. This animation we're about to watch is incredibly popular on the internet right now, because Baldur's Gate 3, you know, is such a huge game of the year. Hopefully I get it. I mean, I'm about 18 hours into Baldur's Gate 3, so maybe I'll understand the animation. I don't know if I'll get all the references. I guess we'll find out. But I guess here we go. And also, I hope I can play it and not get copyright struck down. We'll see. Okay, here we go. Okay.
At last, a moment of reprieve from adventure.
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
And now,
See, I literally am just understanding half these references. Like, the reason that Gale was cutting into armor was because he needs to consume enchanted armor for his plot. And we just did that yesterday, 2 days ago, was the first time we experienced that in the game. I totally wouldn't have understood that if it weren't for that moment right there. You see? Okay.
finally crack open the vintage red.
What are you all sitting around for? We're not done yet.
For fuck's sake.
Well, where the hells are you taking us?
It's just a little further.
It's an elf.
Ho, 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 ho. Thank the gods! I thought I was a goner. Suppose we'll have to wait out this storm a little longer.
It's truly a miracle you lasted as long as you have. All alone. As soon as the icy grip of winter relents, we shall escort you safely down this treacherous mountain. And, should you choose to bestow upon us a token of gratitude...
My! You've rescued me from a frigid predicament, and your kindness thaws even these frozen old bones. Contained in this bag is your truest heart's desire. Whatever you wish for, above all else, reach within and claim your prize.
Oh, I was kind of imagining, like, treasure.
Oh, you don't want it?
No, I'll take it.
Step aside, soldier. Let me...
Again, I wouldn't have understood that reference if I hadn't just played the game the other day. That plot line just got introduced. So.
Show you how it's done. A million gold pieces, a million gold pieces, a million gold pieces. Come to Daddy!
Antifreeze?
Oh, what?
Oil for her infertile engine.
Footprints. Others have been here before us.
I have no idea what you mean. I'm just an old elf, out here all on my own. Ho, ho!
This is a bit much, even for me.
Oh.
Oh, look at you.
How do you...
They actually got real gifts.
My enemy's head preserved in a jar. Jeff, how did you know?
Oh.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
An Xbox Series X?
And another mysterious box.
Don't even think about licking it.
What the hells is that?
Oh, is it supposed to be an ad? Because if you remember, they were supposed to actually say at the Game Awards that Baldur's Gate 3 was coming to Xbox, and then they forgot to do it because they kept getting rushed, so they didn't get to. So they did a whole animation to advertise it, but we already know it's already on there, right? I mean, I'm playing it on PS5, but anyway, okay, it's just an ad.
My gods, I'm beautiful.
That was literally an advertisement. It was entertaining, although I mean I didn't get every reference, but it's hilarious. Like some of those references I only understand because of the last stream of the game where some of those plot elements were revealed. So, okay.
So we are fast approaching the end of 2023, and today on the channel I want to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about the
Oh, wait a minute. 28 minutes long? All right, we're not watching the entirety of this video. We're probably just going to skim through this. Okay. Oh, that's a sponsor. Let's skip the sponsor.
50.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to talk about RPCS3, which is the multi-platform open source Sony PlayStation 3 emulator written in C++ for Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and this thing is an absolute monster emulator. I think RPCS3 is the most impressive emulator that I have been messing around with over the last couple of years. Its compatibility continues to improve. I think the last time I talked about RPCS3 was in the middle of the year, and we were looking at maybe about 67% of all games as playable. And every time I go back and look at the compatibility list, that playable list always improves. Now, it doesn't improve significantly, but there's always some type of fixes that are in place that just unlocks more games to be playable. So right now, we're sitting at about 68% of all PlayStation 3 games as playable. And what?
Why is this relevant? Because basically, as you know, I now have a mini PC, and if I wanted to get into emulation, I could. And this is supposed to be like an idea of the different kinds of ones that I might want to get for emulation purposes, right? So, for example, like this is playing a PS3 games, like fighting games. Look at this.
PC, and without any type of
Soul Calibur
resolution upscaling and just kind of leaving things stock, you can still get good levels of performance with many, many games. But the great thing about RPCS3 is that it will scale to your system. So if you have a high-end gaming PC, then you do have the ability to start unlocking frame rates and getting games that were never meant to run at 60 frames per second running at a smooth 60 FPS. Games such as Grand Theft Auto 5. I mean, playing it at 60 FPS is absolutely transformative here.
So, if you had a great PC, you would take advantage of that. Sadly, I mean, I have a mini PC. It's not going to be a great PC, so I'll probably be playing it at levels that would be on regular PS3, right? Probably. You wouldn't be able to do 60 FPS. That would never work.
I think if there's one emulator that has really seen some significant performance updates in 2023, it has to be PCSX2, the PlayStation 2 emulator. Now, PCSX2 has been around for a very long time, and it has a good reputation, and it's always had a good level of compatibility. But let's go ahead and look at the latest compatibility data here. You can see that 97.92% of all PlayStation 2 games are considered playable, and 1.23% of those are perfect. So if you combine those, we're at over 99% compatibility with only a very small handful of games considered to be either in-game or getting to the menus. No games are not playable or don't boot up, so this is significant. Now, some other really interesting things about PCSX2 is that it's had some really big updates this year. For example, the Vulkan renderer backend has been implemented. macOS has the Metal renderer backend. There's also the...
I wonder, are there some PS2 games people would like to see me play, right? But they just haven't been ported to modern consoles. Is that the truth? Has that happened? Because a lot of these, like he's playing Sly. I already played this. You know, they had an HD collection for PS3 that I played ages ago, so I've already played Sly. Are there any games for PS1, PS2 era you guys would love to see me play but just are not available in a modern setting? Right? Play cool says emulating on PCs is usually very inefficient. You're always using CPU raw power to do something. Ideally, it would not demand so much power if it was supported on PC. This is PlayStation. What's this one? Xemu. I'm gonna just say this is probably Xbox, original Xbox, right?
As one of my picks of 2023, and one that I've been using quite a lot is Xemu. When we talk about original Xbox emulation, it really got a late start when you compare it to something like PCSX2, PlayStation 2 emulation. And there was CXBR Reloaded, which is still in development and is still a fine emulator, but I think it's fair to say that XEMU has really overtaken it.
All right. Anything here that maybe would blow me away? Let's see. Yuzu? What is the Yuzu?
2023 emulation without
Switch.
talking about the Nintendo.
This is an active console, and they already have an emulator for it. Wow. Wow. Vita 3K, so PS Vita?
Guarantee you.
Yeah.
Now, if there's one emulator that has seen significant compatibility updates this year, one that kind of stands out from pretty much everything else, it's the PlayStation Vita emulator known as Vita 3K. Now, Vita 3K...
I could see this being popular, reason being, the Vita's dead, right? You can't buy it anymore. They're not making games for it anymore. So being that it's a dead thing, people would probably want to emulate the games for it so they could actually play them, right? Like, look at this. This is Street Fighter Cross Tekken on here that they're playing from 10 years ago.
It is basically a PlayStation Vita emulator that has been around for a long, long time, and it was considered experimental for many years, and it still technically is. But
Looks
we're
like
starting
crap.
to see some
It really
really
does look like
great
crap.
strides with compatibility. Now, I covered this emulator back in June of this year, so not even 6 months ago, really, or just around 6 months ago, and it was...
You gotta wonder, did the game run like crap like that too, right? Or is this because it's emulated? I wonder. Dragon Quest 8 on PS2 would look amazing on an emulator, says HoboX. The 3DS port had many downgrades. It's still considered to be one of the best versions of the game. So maybe that would be something I would want to look into. Duck Station?
The
A
amazing
PS1.
PlayStation...
See, something like that, I might make use of. Because PS1 is so old, there's no viable way. A lot of those PS1 games were never ported to modern consoles. You could only play them via the virtual console on, like, PS3, but I don't have a working PS3 anymore. So something like this, maybe Duck Station. Nathan, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you.
One emulator. This emulator, I feel like, is the one that really transformed emulation to become more modern and updated. I think there obviously has been some great emulators over the years.
Classic
But
RPGs,
Duck Station
man.
offers some of the best visuals,
Damn,
best
it
improvements,
murdered them, it
best
burned them alive.
post-processing effects that
Damn.
really can transform some kind of average-looking PlayStation 1 titles into something that doesn't even resemble PlayStation 1 games. And there are so many amazing and unique features of Duck Station that I simply can't talk about all of them. Look, I have covered Duck Station on a previous episode a couple of years ago, and the emulation has continued to improve. But for those people that may not be aware, Duck Station is a PS1 emulator. And look, PlayStation 1 emulation has been around for a long time, and there are some great emulators out there that do a fantastic job of emulating
cool.
the PS1.
Classic Tekkens.
But if you want an emulator that really can transform
Tekken
the
3.
visuals to make them look so much better and really clean up a lot of the imperfections when it comes to PlayStation 1 games, then Duck Station is definitely the one. Not only, once again, you can boost internal resolutions like to a significant amount, even up to 8K on my system. There's also the downsampling, which looks absolutely incredible. I think the modern upscale
That's
look,
Klonoa,
the
isn't it?
dithering
Klonoa?
is something
I
that
never
you
played
still
that.
want to see. But there's
So that might be one I'm interested in if it would work on my mini PC, Duck Station, only because it's very hard to play PS1 games these days. Very few are ever ported, unless you have a active PS3. I don't have one. Honorable mention. All right, let's go to the next video.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, that very special time of year when news bloopers are just as magical as the season. Watch out! Reporters find themselves enmeshed in the spirit of the holidays.
My mini PC would probably crush PS1 emulation. That sounds good. Cool.
Flubbing centuries-old traditions.
The Nutcracker performances are tomorrow night and Sunday afternoon.
The Nutcracker.
He said it again.
Performance is tonight at 7:30.
He keeps saying
Biting
Nutcracker.
off more than one can chew.
I bet you are, Eamon. I have seen you get... I did not... Wow, okay, well...
It even happened to Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas from KOI TV. Merry Christmas from KOI No, there I go again. What's the C in there? Where'd that come in? KCOY. Merry Christmas from KOCY. I'm bound to get that in the wrong
He
place.
just can't do it. He's too drunk. Come on, we need a sober Santa here, for God's sakes. Come on, man.
Blundering
I think
through
Santa's been having a little bit too much bird dog peanut butter whiskey to be able to pronounce the name of the station. Jeez, you gotta keep that away from him, man. Jesus. It's like bad Santa there.
Christmas classics.
And the holidays are approaching, and with them, the pa-rum-pum-pum-pum of the little... Matt, just take it. Just take it.
Pum-pum-pum.
Oh,
we're going to teach Stefan that song during the break.
Clearly, I'm a
trying to
Grinch.
do this tease with a cough drop in my mouth, too, Stefan.
Do you know that song, Stefan?
I don't like these people. I do not like these people. I got it now.
Okay,
here we go.
I got it.
Now we've all heard it, but you said it, so you're out.
Wow.
Already lost.
So, glad you learned it over the commercial break, Stefan. That's the last we'll be hearing of it, okay?
On Dancer, on Prancer, on Sally. We got to get up and get on out of here and head for the Tennessee Valley. Sally, you hadn't heard about Sally? That's a good friend of Rudolph here.
Some gaffes are naughty.
Well, the U.S. Postal Service wants you to make your holiday shipping experience a little bit easier this December.
Harmon, I can't leave you out. Who would you like to find under the mistletoe this Christmas?
You, baby.
I can't believe you'd say that. That's not smart.
That's not smart. You're gonna get fired. What an asshole.
Good.
Okay, here we go.
Some
He's
gaffes
like laughing,
are
and then the next day, there's a new dude at the desk. What a fucking idiot.
nice.
Kelly Fidel, a psycho with psychotherapy.
A psycho with psychotherapy. Very nice. Well, welcome, psychos.
Yeah, that's right. Sacramento Metro Fire says it's still unknown how and why this Santa crashed into this set of power lines here in Rio Linda. But those who live here say they're, that they were seeing Jolly Saint Nick, or that they've seen Jolly Saint Nick buzzing through the air before this all happened.
And looking ahead to Christmas.
What the hell was that? A guy dressed up like Santa that was like paragliding or something, and he went right to the power lines? What an idiot.
Day, a chance for some rain showers here in the valley and snow in the Sierra. One thing I wanted to point out this morning, visibility down to 1/4 of a mile in the Fairfield area. So if you're heading out to perhaps catch a flight in San Francisco, you run into a little bit of visibility.
You're gonna run into some
issues.
disability. Look
All right.
out. They're in the way.
That's okay. There's also a lot happening in studio.
I got distracted.
And our boss, by the way, just showed up. Okay, we gotta.
What the hell? No one, everyone's cracking up over that? Over that?
Okay.
What's so funny about that? I don't even understand what was so funny.
Oh my gosh, okay. I gotta pull it together.
Pull it together.
Okay.
Pull it together.
Tracy also just came in. There's a lot happening. Okay.
What's so funny? She said disability instead of visibility. Okay, it's like a snicker. Why is the whole studio cracking up? What is going on?
Whew. Tina, no more trees, okay?
No more trees.
Okay, we are talking about people, by the way, traveling this holiday season all over the country.
Some get festive during commercial breaks.
She was playing Christmas music during the break. I was playing Christmas music during the break, and it wouldn't stop. I'm so sorry about that. We're going to send it over to you with a look at our holiday spirit.
Whipping traditional family recipes in a frenzy.
Everybody, I give it a 10.
I got a 10.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, it's really, really good.
Oh
my! It's time to take a look at the world of sports, y'all.
Over 2,400 pounds of dough, 231 pounds of honey, 70 pounds of spices, 350 eggs, and 66 pounds of sugar.
That does look good.
Oh, that looks yummy.
Yeah, I know. That would never last in my house. I'd be like, who ate the caboose? It would be a problem.
It would be a problem.
Yes.
So
I am going to make you breakfast, you guys. So we've got some noodles.
Oh God, she's making the elf thing.
You, Mark Messer.
She's putting
I'm gonna take
syrup
over the
into
team.
the.
Yeah,
Oh
you're gonna do it. We're gonna put a little
no!
syrup.
Ooh.
That looks good. We're gonna do some marshmallows.
It's not cool.
Right here.
No, it's
bring it
supposed
over
to
to
be a
me?
joke.
bring
You're
it
not
over
supposed to
to you.
actually make it.
Dana, thank you.
This is service with a smile, Mark.
Okay.
Okay. Then we're gonna put some sprinkles on it because nothing is good without sprinkles, as you well know.
It adds some sparkle.
All right. And we're gonna put a little Pop-Tarts in here.
Oh, gosh.
Right here. All we're missing is some chocolate syrup. Yummy, yummy.
Mark Messer.
Oh yeah, here we go.
You're going to have to work out really hard. You're going to have to work out 4 times instead of just 3 times
Okay,
today.
yeah.
Ready?
You go right. Oh my God. Yum, yum.
Oh. Anyway, they actually made her eat it too, which is kind of gross. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this part of DSP versus the Internet. I hope you enjoyed it. We're halfway through. We still got another hour and a half left to go. The festive vibes continue. I mean, you can't get more festive than that right there. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next part. Happy holidays, everybody.